Hello everyone, I'm back, and I just got back from seeing the new Annabelle movie, Annabelle Creation, and I am going to review the movie, and there might be some light spoilers. Sorry, you can hear my dog barking in the background. There might be some light spoilers, and I will make sure I say before I spoil something. So here we go. Here's my review for Annabelle Creation. So I want to start off by talking about the actual story. Basically, it takes place at on an old, I guess, farm in the 50s, and at least I think it's the 50s. They never really specify the time period, but it looks 50-ish. So there is a couple who you see in the beginning. I don't really want to talk too much about their story because I don't really want to spoil that part, but they allow this orphanage that includes all these girls and a nun, and they come and they're allowing them to have the orphanage at their home, this farm home. So you know that. And the father, you find out, is the maker of the Annabelle doll. I don't think that's a big spoiler. I feel like that's not really giving anything away. So the girls get there. There's one who had polio, and she kind of has a leg brace, and she kind of walks with the brace. And so you already have a girl that's handicapped, and you just know it's not going to be good. So the movie, basically, it just centers around them in this house, and then stuff starts happening with the doll. And I had never watched the Annabelle, the original prequel Annabelle, until like a week ago, before I saw this movie, so I could kind of be caught up. And it like wasn't my favorite. I feel like the scares were not good. It really was like a struggle to get through it. And this one I thought was going to be so bad. It actually had a story and characters that you really cared about. And the child actresses were really, really good, especially the main one. I believe her name is Jan in the movie, and she was really, really good. It had the same little actress who plays Jan's best friend in the orphanage. Again, I'm sorry about my dog barking in the background. She's played by the same little girl who was in Ouija, the Awakening, the Beginning. I forget what it's called, but she's also really good too. So the scares in this, it almost felt like The Conjuring. I'd say the beginning to middle, it really had the Conjuring vibe. And I know it's produced by James Wan, so it's all, and Annabelle is obviously part of the Conjuring story. But it was creepy. In the beginning, it didn't really show to me scares. It was just like creepy things, like the doll's head would be moved, and it was just such a good way to tie everything in and give the doll a good backstory. And we see a couple characters. I thought this was so cool. We see glimpses of a couple characters that have been in the Conjuring movies. And I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to spoil anything, but light spoiler, you might see a ghost that you've seen before in the Conjuring. It ties into the story really well, and it ties into the other Annabelle movie. So I was really impressed with it. Near the end of the film, it got maybe too cliche with the scares. Like, they didn't know what to do, so they threw in the jump scares at the end, And there was kind of a few things that happened where, like, a character, light spoiler, I'm not going to say who it is, there's a character that dies kind of middling to end of the movie, and it kind of is just like, oh well. Like, they just go about their day after it. It's like, this person just died in this house and you're gonna just continue on like nothing really happened. That part was kind of silly. And yeah, some of the scares near the end of the film get a little bit cliched, but overall I was super impressed. The other, I'm trying to think. The first Conjuring was obviously my favorite in all of these like spin-offs, Conjuring 2, and I think this one came the closest to the feeling of The Conjuring, and I actually really enjoyed it. So that has been my quick review. It's only been 5 minutes. Okay, good. This has been my quick review of Annabelle, the Creation. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't want to get too spoilery, but if you're definitely thinking about seeing it, but you didn't like the first Annabelle, I would definitely go see this one. It is 100 times better, 100 times scarier, creepy. It had everything you would need in a scary movie, and it definitely has the feel of The Conjuring. So that has been my review. I hope you guys liked it, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.